So I just talked about upgrading my KSO. This is the new PSU. I'm gonna go ahead and, all right, so this is the PSU. And I'm gonna be putting it back over here on my shelf to test it out. Got the new power supply over here. You're going to be following the steps from Instead of Threats GitHub page. When you're overclocking, you're more than likely going to be voiding the warranty. I'm going to be voiding my warranty right now just by following this, and it's letting you know all the potential risks. It lets you know that there is no guarantee. Your warranty is now void when you do this. They're not taking any responsibility. It's also letting you know that cooling and ventilation is extremely important. You want to monitor this regularly because you don't want this to overheat. And expertise, well, I'm not an expert, but I'm going to be giving it a shot. All right, so we got the risks and everything out of the way. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to upgrade our firmware. And I'm going to be going over to the Ice River website. They have all the versions. We're going to be downloading the KS0, and that's been downloaded. And now we're going to go over to the upgrade firmware section, and then we're going to be selecting the file. We're in our downloads folder, and here is the extracted folder, and here is the updated file. Go ahead and click on open, and then we want to click on the update button. We'll let it update. Okay, so I don't know if it's required, but I'm going to quickly restart this. So it just rebooted. Nothing with the hash rate or anything else changed itself, but we look like we're good to go. All right, so we're going to be using the files right over here. What they're suggesting is you start with 160 and work your way down. Yes, you definitely want to try to get the most hash rate that you can. So I'm going to be downloading this 160 file. Click on the firmware upgrade button. Then we're going to click on select file. And here is the update 160 BGZ. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to click on open. All we have to do is click on this update button, and it's going to update the firmware. This might take a second or two for it to do that. And looks like it is successful. So we'll click on OK. And it wants to restart the mining machine. Definitely a good idea. If it doesn't tell you to do this, definitely restart it. Go ahead and click on OK. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually just going to physically power off the device and then power it back on. Okay, so that is now booting up. We'll give it a moment and we'll check out the dashboard. It has been about an hour. And if we take a look at the chart over here, I'm only getting 100 gigahash. No major impact with this new firmware. I'm going to go ahead and try the 140 right now. We're going to let this run for a little bit and see if any changes happen with the hash rate, and I'll be right back. So I could have possibly just bricked my KS0, and that's a risk I guess I was willing to take. I am going to try to figure this out. If you know what I did wrong, please let me know in the comments. Actually, I'm posting this video because if you know what I did wrong, let me know. Always have a backup. So I did have a backup of the original BGZ file. I backed it up before I did anything. Always have a backup. So I'm back at the default screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Default username and password. It's been factory reset. So default username and password. So I'm gonna start from scratch. I don't know what I did wrong. I definitely did something wrong. If you know what I did wrong, just let me know. And yeah.